Good morning, guys. For those of you who live up in the Worcester area and you need your car, truck, or Mini Cooper worked on, head to Greasy's Garage. Ask for Pete. Pete and the gang can fix whatever you got. And they always carry Bears products. And then if you'd like to learn more about Bears products, call David at 615-854-3057. He'll answer all your questions. And remember, you get 10% off for being from the channel. Find out how you get better gas mileage and more power. And then for those of you who like a mega sweatshirt, t-shirt, blanket, go to libtardtees.com. Let's go ahead and dig into the news here. Here's a photo, and it's gone around the internet, but it's worth looking at again, reminding yourself. It says, taken in 1998, just 10 short years before becoming president, Obama, here he is, holding a gun and dressed in a Black Panther uniform. And I mean, I tell you what, he was in the mode. He was doing it a long time before he ever became president. They had groomed him. And then Bill Clinton, here he is in the blue dress. And Murray says, I call for the immediate release of photos of your dad and his 26 trips to Pedophile Island at Chelsea Clinton. And it says here the Hill, Chelsea Clinton calls for the release of photos of Trump getting vaccinated. Well, we don't care about him getting the vaccination. We want the other photos. And yeah, there's a lot there. And then Richard Grinnell slams the media and Democrats over the Russia bounty story. They don't care. But it's good though that he's bringing it out, because for the people on the left who still believe this stuff, they're like, and it's got to be put out there over and over, because they don't get to hear the truth. If all you're doing is listening to the TV news, you don't hear a lot about this stuff. And then Americans are getting quite plump during the lockdown. Well, yeah, they're not getting any exercise or anything. I mean, I know what I've gone through, not being able to work out because of the knees and the back for like 2.5 years. And boy, I'll tell you what, going out there yesterday, I mean, I did more than I thought I was going to do. And oh my goodness, I mean, after 2.5 years of not doing that much, it's like, holy moly, whoo, was I in pain. But it was good. It was good to get outside and get after it. Breitbart here. I look at it like my PT, Let's go to Breitbart. So Breitbart, EIC Marlowe on Newsmax TV. It says, corporate media starting to admit it's partisan, trying to portray people with normative conservative viewpoints as violence. It says, during an interview on the latest episode of Newsmax's TV's The Gorka Reality Check, Breitbart News editor-in-chief Alex Marlowe reacted to NBC's news anchor Lester Holt, calling fairness overrated. And no, something, they never have cared about fairness. They've always faked it. They just don't care. They have a narrative. They have an agenda. And the CIA they control that agenda. And then Pompeo, Biden's UN ambassador, ought to resign for reprehensible 1619 propaganda. Once again, Pompeo knows she's not going to resign. But it has to be brought out. George W. Bush digs up any willing worker, cheap labor plan. Now, Lynn Wood, he mentioned the Bushes as being one of the child sex traffickers the other day. I mean, it's only a 9-minute long speech, but it's well worth listening to. And he lays into a lot of people. And then Garcetti to propose universal basic income grant in LA. They are doing everything they can to get people on the government dole. Get them used to not working, just taking in, bringing in the money, and not working at all. That's what they want. And then Prince William requested cousin stand between him and Harry at funeral. Whatever. I don't care about the royal family. I don't care about most of the super wealthy in this country either, or anywhere else. Most of them are just sick people. And then Senator Dan Sullivan blasts Democrats' suggestion that 10% of military are extremists. You know, the extremists are the Democrats. Irish Archbishop slams draconian ban, and by the way, they're trying hard to do away with our military and to water it down. It's not going to happen. Irish Archbishop slams draconian ban on public worship. Yeah, it's wrong. They can't do that to you. It's your God-given right to worship. Period. German courts ban anti-lockdown protesters. I'm sure they do. I tell you what, it's a battle. We are in a war. Make no mistake about it. But things are happening. NBA fast approaching historic ratings lows. Who cares? They deserve it. Braces teams for fallout from Derek Chauvin trial. And LeBron James. Lakers will not visit Biden during D.C. trip. Is that because they're not going to be at the real White House? Chomsky. GOP dedicated to undoing organized human society. No, it's the other way around, Chomsky. NYPD confiscates rapper's Hummer mounted t-shirt gun. Really? Yeah, you know, and to the NYPD and all the other PDs, all the other police departments, you need to take a real good look at yourselves and ask yourself, why are you implementing and why are you enforcing the stupid mandates that have been put up by these corrupt politicians? Ask yourself that. You know? Anyway, New York City EMS union boss, anarchist targeting crews in day-to-day assault. Yeah, how much fun would that be? Pope Francis laments grave humanitarian situation in eastern Ukraine. Forget him. He's done. He's gone. One way or another, he's gone. Representative Winstrup asks FBI why it did not classify Scalise shooting as domestic violence extremism. Exactly. Graham, Joe Biden has created a lot of instability in a very short period of time. Yes, he has. Yes, he has. That's because you got a very corrupt Congress. And then Tide 1, COVID 0. Nearly 50,000 turnout for Alabama's spring game. Yeah, you think they care? I'll bet you most of them didn't have on their diapers either. Biden administration demands Israel stop bragging about disabling Iran's nuclear facility. Israel's going to do whatever they want to do with him in office. Are you kidding? Until Trump comes back full blown? Yeah, they're not. They don't care. And then Jerome Bell. Virginia is going to be America's first again. What else here? Judge orders Minnesota law enforcement to stop assaulting, harassing journalists at protests. Let's see what else here. Mike Garcia. The pandemic was an insidious encroachment on our Bill of Rights. Yes, indeed, it has been. Joaquin Castro begs Joe Biden to expand catch and release of border crossers. Oh, he's already doing that. I guarantee you. Let's see here. What else? Let's go to Zebra Hedge. Let's do a little bit there. We got time, I think. Feds warn parents to stop using Peloton treadmill after child's death, releasing horrifying video. The commission has found that the public health and safety requires this notice to warn the public quickly of the hazard. You know, anytime you have work machines or anything like that, you got to keep in mind the kids for sure. Chauvin closing arguments begin as black leaders warn of more riots if acquittal approach reach. I tell you what a threatening thing You know, if we don't get our way, we're going to riot, we're going to kill, we're going to do whatever we want. And then the angry public wants to give a red card to the whole global system. Yes, we do, as a matter of fact. And then no medical science behind Michigan mandate to mask 2-year-olds, doctor warns. No, there's not. Never has been. Uh, Even Fauci admitted in the beginning. And then there's no way this bull market doesn't end very badly. I think it will end badly, as a matter of fact. Key events in the coming week, all about earnings and the ECB. Let's see here. Shipping containers for sale. And yeah, there's a lot of new. The shipping containers are big in the news. And then it's a money grab. JP Morgan backed Europe. Yeah, it has to do with child trafficking. JP Morgan backed European Soccer Super League sparks global fury. The European Super League is a betrayal of clubs and communities. U.S. suffers third mass shooting in 24 hours as 5 wounded in Louisiana. You think that's a coincidence? No. No, they've planned this. It says murders daily after murders day. America quickly descended into a chaotic hellhole under the Biden administration. And it's one of the many things that we were meant to see. Stock market leverage in La La Land rises to historic WTF high. Clover Health shares pop for second day on now debunked short squeeze narrative. U.S. futures dip from record as Chinese stocks soar. GameStop shares jump 6% as CEO quits in latest C-suite departure. Idaho legislature considers absorbing part of Oregon. Yes, the conservative part. Porsche's electric Taycan sales nearly surpass iconic 911 model. Let's see how much time it got. Got some time still. And then stunning. Oops. I messed up. Sorry about that. Let's see. Stunning divergence. Latest bank data reveals something is terminally broken in the financial system. And then the 2.3 quadrillion global time bomb. It says this is a total sum of global debt, derivatives. It's a derivative market. It's more than that. Russia and Belarus say U.S.-backed assassination and coup attempt against Lukashenko thwarted. That's a deep state. They're trying hard to create a war, for sure. Russia's FSB described a plan by conspirators in Minsk and Moscow that involved killing almost the entire leadership of Belarus. Yeah, the deep state is desperate, no doubt about it. And then Western Europe is now the world's largest investor in batteries. And Minnesota National Guard police team targeted in drive-by shooting hours after Maxine Waters incites BLM rioters. Yeah, isn't she a peach? She thinks she does no wrong. She thinks she can't be had. She can't be touched. All these people, they can all be touched. Obviously, she has not had a deal been made with. Anyway, that is all for now. Thank you so much for your support, whether it's by way of PayPal, Patreon, checks or cash in the mail. Thank you. God bless y'all and have a good day. Bye-bye, guys.